us a little bit about yourself and how you got to Jamaica.
Well, actually, I am officially from Lebanon. I end up in Canada, and when I was living in Canada, I faced lots of medical issues, especially skin and eczema, and lots of complication. And then I thought maybe I can go somewhere where it's nice and hot, different weather. And I end up in Jamaica, call my community, Muslim community, and I end up in Jamaica.
And so there was a Muslim community here that helped you.
Yes, of course. That's they were very helpful. They were very helpful. And also when I came here, it's just like all my condition disappeared and I felt normal and healthy and everything was like
Because of the sun.
100%. It's the weather, the sun, the earth, the food, the air, everything's in Jamaica helped me.
Is there anything you'd like people to know about the Muslim community here in Jamaica?
It's we can establish a better community here because they need really help and make them a better place for Muslim to be here.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing about wearing the hijab?
Oh, I love my hijab. I love my hijab. I'm so proud of my hijab. I I consider myself lucky to have hijab and being in Jamaica because I feel I'm so respectful from many people and I walk here so safe, so nicely, and people respect me so nicely. And
How do people respond when they see you?
number one, they think I am a nun, which fine, and also because I dress like Mary. And when they ask me why you dress like this, I say I dress like Mary. And they surprised that I believe in Mary, which we love Mary, we respect her, and even Jesus. They were so surprised, so in shock. They are a lack of information about Islam, what we know, what we love, what we worship, and there's lots of information about Mary and Jesus, and that's why I'm happy to walk on the road with my hijab and talk about it.
And is there any challenges that you faced in your life, not just in Jamaica, but while wearing the hijab?
Personally, no, not really. But my daughter did. My daughter did face lots of challenge, lots of them. And but we're working on it. We're working on it, and we try to to inform people that this is not the Islam what they hear on media. They have to search for real Islam, and when they found it, they know what Islam is. It's about love, unity, care, share, and spread peace. And that's what I like to do here. And I love my life here.
Nice,
Yeah,
beautiful.
thank you.
Anything else you want anybody to know about you?
Me, I'm a story myself, and I do what I can do for spreading peace and goodness around, and that's what I like to do, and that's my journey. Yeah, and I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That's perfect. That was great.
Hi guys, I'm Bibo once again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Remember, if it's for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's clip we want to talk about why are Arabs flocking to Jamaica. There is a lot of Arabs going to Jamaica, and here are some of the reasons. Because they have searched and they have seen, statistics have really said, a lot of tourists really say that it's happy to visit Jamaica and decide to live. And Jamaican country is so much popular country in all the world. Imagine a small country, a small island with a lot of popularity, and I would like other countries, other people from other countries to do what Jamaican people are doing. The way they treat people, the way they respect people, the way they really don't care what your skin color is. These are some of the reasons why each and now everyone just want to go to visit Jamaica, because of how Jamaican people treat people with respect. They really don't care who you are. They just treat you even if you are a stranger. And I will really would like a lot of people from other country to do what our Jamaican brothers and sisters are doing. And this has really made Jamaica to be a so blessed country. And here are some of the reasons why Arabs are flocking to Jamaica. Kindly watch this clip till the end, and then you come back for more discussion.
5 cultural shocks I suffer when I moved to Jamaica from Cuba. Hi, my name is Flor. I am Cuban and I live in Jamaica for 21 years now. And up to this day, me not stop fish shock over them 5 cultural things here. Number one, food for breakfast. Me say, come morning time, me could not believe me I see where I come from, Cuba. Breakfast time is barely a little sip of coffee if you're lucky. If you are a little bit more privileged, you may have some cow's milk and maybe a little bread. Member say it's 21 years since me left. But this is what me remember about the Cuba I left behind. You see, when you reach a Jamaica now, me say boiled dumpling, me say liver, me say kidney, me say ackee and saltfish with dumpling and food, me say rice and peas and all that dinner and morning time. Up to this day, me not exaggerate, I not tell no lie. Me can't get over the fact that Jamaicans have a whole meal for breakfast. Number two, manners and respect. Me don't know what was it about the Cuba me left behind, but we never did practice manners and respect. My grandmother always did tell me that manners and respect in Cuba died in 1959. You see, if you buck up on somebody, you just buck up on somebody and move. You say if it's morning time, you just wake up and move. You say if it's evening time, you just walk through and move. But you see in a Jamaica now, in a Jamaica, you better practice your manners and respect. You have to say good morning. You have to say good evening. You have to say good night. If it's a night time and you know I go asleep, you still have to say good night. If you buck up on somebody, you have to say sorry. You have to say sorry. You have to say sorry. You better say sorry. Boy, me wish Kiwa will take up back manners and respect. Number three, eating out. You see the Kiwa I left behind, going to restaurant? That was not in my vocabulary. The liquor restaurant that did exist were owned by the government. And let me tell you, you don't want to name that food there. Eating out for my family was almost like a taboo because we were so afraid that we will get sick. So every time we will travel to another province for health reasons, for whatever reason we will be, we carry our own food, we carry our own liquor bottle with juice and them thing there if we eat, and you will not eat out because you don't know where them process them food, you don't know what did they in that food, and there was no guarantee that you will find food a road. But you see, Jamaica now, you just go a restaurant. You don't need no special occasion. Restaurant just dead. You have fast food restaurant, you have regular restaurant, you have cook shop, you have people that sell a roadside pan chicken and them thing there. A different culture this. Number four, helper. I mean, no, say everybody in Jamaica don't have no helper, but we can't deny say Jamaica has a helper culture because it's very affordable and it's very necessary. Up to this time, I have no helper. There's one lady that come and clip me yard once or twice per week, and that's about it. But my husband family did have the helper culture, and she always did have a problem with me. She always, she never did like me because she's like, me, so you need to sit down because I always want to wash the dishes and me always want to clean the yard and me always want to wash the clothes. And she's like, that is my job. She's one of the people them who helped me to learn English when I first moved to Jamaica. We used to sit down with her and talk to her, and we had so much in common because she come from country. And when I described my life in Cuba, it was very, very similar to her country life in Jamaica. In Cuba now, Elpa, El, that is back in the day before 1959, and even I will say maybe a little bit after 1959, people will still have helpers in their house. People were rich and so, but after everybody don't migrate to America, or the rich people in Cuba don't go to America, that culture died. Nowadays you do have some people who have helper, but these people who have helper is people who run Airbnb. So it's somebody that they will pay to come to the house, come clean and do all them thing there. But like living helpers and nanny and all them thing there, me never left that in a Cuba. Me never lived that in a Cuba yet. Number five is transportation. In a Cuba, public transportation, taxi, have your own car. Them thing they don't exist over there. So no, 21 years ago when me left, nobody could have care. Now things change a little bit. Now things change a little bit, but public transportation is still a struggle. taxi, a still a struggle, and it's very expensive. I know everybody can afford taxi. So let me tell you what you are doing in Cuba. You are hitchhike. You are standing on a roadside, said you and said stop, and pray say one big truck full of a cane or whatever it is stop for you and pick you up. Other than that, a foot of hype. You see, when it comes to Jamaica now, public transportation there, taxi man there. And if you have little money, you can buy your own vehicle. Me say me dey drive in a car, go everywhere. Me come to Jamaica, go sit down in a car with my husband. Automatic vehicle, and me get this, me get car sick because me not accustomed to them fancy vehicles there. So again, uno better appreciate what uno have. Uno better give thanks for what uno have because other people don't have it like uno. These are the 5 cultural shocks I experienced when I moved to Jamaica, from throwing the toilet paper in the toilet. Cuba is a very different place right now, but back in my days, you couldn't do that. First of all, we didn't even add toilet paper. We did use newspaper, and then you have the little basket beside the toilet, and then you would have put the paper in there. So me did put the toilet paper in the basket, and my mother-in-law had by mistake couple times. Number 2, meat. When I went to Jamaica, I went to live with my mother-in-law, and she did have a helper. So the helper would have cook. And the first time I see the helper cooking, I swear, say, they might keep a welcome party for me. And I was like, oh my God, it looked like I missed the notice that they're keeping a welcome party. And then when dinner time come, miss everybody, I share them plate. And I'm like, no party, no, I keep again. And I asked my husband, and I say, you know, I keep party or something. He said, no, why you are asking? I said, but me I see a pot full of meat in the stove. Like, what is that? And he said, no, that is how we cook here. I'm like, excuse me? You see, in my Cuba, the one that I was coming from, we cook a little tiny piece of meat and it's counted per person. Let's use an example of a chicken very quick. My family will slaughter a chicken at home. We take part of the chicken to make soup. That will be the 2 foot, the neck, and the intestines. The soup will be one meal. Another meal will be the leg and thigh them. And another meal will be the breast and the chicken back. 3 meals, 3 different meals out of one chicken. Me never adjust to them abundance them there. I was shocked. Number 3, it was the lack of public display of love. You see, in Cuba, people are kiss, people are hug, people are make out, people are fill up one another in a public. People sometimes even in a public. And most time, I did have to find myself holding back when I was in public with my husband. And every time, like if I kissed him or anything, I just felt like everybody was like, "What are you doing? Get a room." You know, it was very uncomfortable. And 21 years later, after practicing that, I have found after visiting Colombia and Brazil, which are places where people do that, just like in Cuba, I feel like, boy, me really miss out in hug and kisses. Number 4. Jamaicans bathe a morning time. In Cuba, nobody no do that. I am not saying it's because we are nasty people, but because we don't really have the resources. We don't have the water. We don't have soap. We bathe 2 times for the day. So in a Cuba, it's normal for a man to wake up a morning time, wash his face, and a woman wake up a morning time and she wash her face and she wash her and go about them business. Number 5, and this was one of the biggest adjustments I had to make. And it was wearing a brassiere and just changing my general way of dressing. Jamaicans' way of dressing, Jamaicans' style is impeccable. I have been to many different countries and I have never seen anybody who dresses as well as a Jamaican does. And I am so glad and thankful that I adopted that type of that part of the culture, because my IG name is Rokuwana, that style, thanks to Jamaica. I literally went to Jamaica without a brassiere. I never did wear one to begin with. One of the first type of shopping that my mother-in-law took me to was to buy underwear. She's like, do you want to go shopping? I said, I couldn't even say yes. And she's like, let's just go buy some brassieres. Mighty to them never did long. I was 20 years old, okay? And another thing was adjusting to the way that you dress to go to work. You see, when a Jamaican dress to go to work, it come like them a go out somebody wedding, you know. Everybody dress up. It dress up with so much taste and meticulously. I had to adjust that because in Cuba you just wear your shorts and slippers to go at work. No matter what your line of work is, nobody know a dress up figure at work. So I had to take time to learn that part of Jamaican culture, and it was an absolute shock to see that somebody who works in a very regular industry, meaning like this person is not a lawyer or a doctor, that they dress up to the T. So these are the 5 shockers that I lived when I moved to Jamaica back in 2003. I'm a tell Uno give thanks for what Uno have, because some people like Cubans don't have it like you do. Thank you so much for watching.
Hi guys, welcome back again. I hope you have watched the full clip, and it's a good news how a lot of people are really embracing this Jamaican country, how people are really loving Jamaican country. We can see how a lot of tourists are visiting Jamaica because of how the country is so beautiful. And imagine a small island that's just paradise. A lot of people are really talking. A lot of people can't stop talking about Jamaica, how it's just developing each now and every then, how a lot of tourists are visiting Jamaica. And here are some of the reasons. Because the country is so blessed, the country is so God-fearing. You know, when you are God-fearing, God just bless your country. And we have seen during the summer a lot of people from US, Canada go to visit Jamaica. It's because of how Jamaica provide favorable food, good drinks, that it's medicational to some people. It's healthier to some people. That's why a lot of USA people, a lot of Canadians go to visit Jamaica during the summer. And it's because of their good beaches in there. And the way they treat people with respect. There is no racism in Jamaica. They will treat you the same. They don't care what your skin color is. And Jamaican country has been a brand country. It has been a great reflection, and a lot of people are really copying Jamaican culture. It's Rastafarian culture. They're copying Jamaican food. You can go to other countries, they're just cooking or copying Jamaican food, and it's not a bad thing, maybe imitating some country. That's making it to be blessed. We have all seen how this Cuban sister has said, and I all believe that from Jamaica to Cuba is just a few miles, and I really believe there's a lot of Jamaican who live in Cuba, and there's a lot of Cuban who live in Jamaica. There is a lot of Jamaican who have Cuban bloods, and there is a lot of Cuban who have Jamaican bloods. And what I can really say, Jamaican and Cuba, they have a strong relationship because it earlier on, the Cuban government really helped Jamaican a lot. And there are some doctors from Jamaica who are working in Cuba, and there are some Cuban doctors who are working in Jamaica. And these are some of the reasons that's why Cuba and Jamaica have strong relationship. They have strong bond. That's why Cuban can't just stop copying Jamaican culture. This is the reason why Arabs are going to Jamaica, because they feel like this country is a paradise. This country is a country that has more opportunity because a lot of people are really talking about it. And when you talk about Jamaica, Jamaica has really influenced a lot of African countries. Talk about their reggae music. Talk about their Rastafarian culture. A lot of people in Africa, they really love to listen to reggae music. Talk about Bob Marley music. Bob Marley has really inspired a lot of people, a lot of artists in Africa. Even if you go to interview a certain artist and you ask him or how did you started this reggae, or who motivated you, he will say it's just Bob Marley from Jamaica. He has really motivated a lot because of his songs. Really has a very strong message. It's really communicate. It's really talk about how things are going on in our societies. It's really educate us on how the bad government is. It really talk out indirect. And that's why Jamaican has really influenced a lot of countries. It's a really influenced a lot of African countries, whereby there's a lot of people copying Rastafarian culture, because people believe Rastafarian are the most faithful people. They are the most peaceful people. They are the most people who believe in sharing, because they believe all things on this earth are vanity. Rastafarian people, they believe if you are rich, your money you should share among the poor people. And I really believe sharing is not a bad thing, and this is the reason why a lot of people are copying Jamaican culture. Talk about how the artists have motivated a lot of artists. Talk about conscience. Talk about Vybz Kartel. Imagine in Africa, a lot of countries are fighting just for Vybz Kartel to go and perform in the country for the first time. They are really fighting for Vybz Kartel to go to perform, just to make a concert to perform in their own country for the first time. And we have seen a lot of African youth naming themselves like Vybz Kartel. We have seen African street naming the street Gaza. And I really believe how Jamaica is so blessed, and how it's a country of giving someone a second chance. They really gave Vybz Kartel a second chance, and this man is being blessed. We have seen how Vybz Kartel has really dominated Jamaica, how he has really motivated a lot of youth. A lot of youth are just singing Vybz Kartel songs. If you come to Kenya, in Kenyan cars, everywhere in clubs, they're just singing Vybz Kartel songs, conscience songs, reggae music of Jamaica. They have even forgotten their local artists. So this really shows how why a lot of people are really eager to visit Jamaica. It's because of how it has its popularity. Talk about Jamaican food. Everyone who go to Jamaica, he really loves, or she really loves, how Jamaicans they cook their food. Go to Jamaican street food. It's so delicious. A lot of people really talk about it, and that's why the reason why a lot of people, when they are from outside of Jamaica, they go and start practicing, imitating how to cook this food, because it's so delicious. And a lot of people are imitating and copying Jamaican culture, and it's reached to a point whereby some Jamaicans are saying they should copyright their culture. It's not a bad thing, people trying to imitate your culture. That's form of fame. That's form of maybe people trying to increase reputation. They just try to increase your blessings. And we have seen how Jamaican has really dominated to a lot of people. How really tourists go to a lot of countries will ask themselves, why are a lot of tourists going to Jamaica and not going to other countries? Why each and now every statistic says that Jamaican is being visited by a lot of tourists? A lot of people should ask themselves this question. They should copy how Jamaicans really respect strangers, how they don't treat people badly. And what I would like to pass a message to some tourists who go to Jamaica. If you go to Jamaica, have some respect Jamaican, because Jamaicans, they really like to respect a lot of people. Don't just go to Jamaican country and start misbehaving. It will create a bad picture to outsiders. Just if you go to that country, respect them the way they respect the outsiders, the way they treat people in a good way. And I really believe a lot of Jamaicans are God-fearing. They have strong faith in God, and this is the reason why this country is so blessed. They really have strong faith in God. They really trust in God. They are so Christian, and this is the reason why this country is so famous. And coming the next 10 years, Jamaican will be just like a paradise, more like this. Imagine we are in 24 and a lot of people are just talking about Jamaica. A lot of people are just talking how Jamaica is a beautiful country, how it has a good beaches, how it has good nature walk, how their food is so delicious, how their cultural is so good that everyone is just trying to imitate it. And this is the reason why I myself would like to go to Jamaica, and I would really like to thank my Jamaican brothers from Jamaica. Be so blessed because of how you support our African YouTubers. You have really supported us, and I can't stop thanking you. You have been so blessed to us because of how you treat us, how you support us, how I can't even stop thanking you. So continue doing so, and may God bless you. May you never lack anything. May your country continue to be blessed. You can see how Jamaican has a lot of these athletics who have been entertaining a lot of people, and a lot of people really ask themselves why the Jamaican have strong athletics. It's because of how it has a good climate. It is because of how, I will go back to their food, how they cook their food. This is the thing that are making the athletic to be strong, and this is the reason why they are just winning a lot of medals. And This is a good news, and it's a good news because how they entertain people. So guys, be blessed. I'm really sending so much love from the people from Jamaica, from those who are in US, from those who are in Canada, from those who are in United Kingdom. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. One love. If it's for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this clip. Let me see you in the next clip. One love, my brothers.